What is going on, guys? So today we are back with another Pokemon Masters video, and today we're actually be taking a look at Fantina and Mismagius inside of Pokemon Masters. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So I have to say, I was completely blindsided with Fantina. I didn't expect a ghost type unit out of all of the new stuff that we were rumored to get, but although I do like the idea of another ghost type, we are going to be weak to dark and we are a special striker. So let's just go ahead and jump into some of our stats here. So we do start out with an HP of 473, an attack of 121, defense of 122, special attack of 323, special defense of 161, and a speed of 304. So out of all of those, of course, the special attack at 323 is quite high. Speed at 304 is actually really good as well. So we are rocking some pretty good numbers so far. Moving on to our moves though, Ominous Wind for 47 base power at 100 accuracy. Single target, 2 bars, decent, but we do have a very small chance of actually increasing not only our attack, not only defense, not only special attack, not only speed, but also special defense. I said those out of order. Hopefully you'll forgive me. Aww. X special attack is great considering we have a pretty hefty special attack here. That's always going to be welcomed. Shadow Ball is our good stuff. 99 on the base power, 100 accuracy for 3 bars, plus it does have a small chance of lowering the target's special defense, which is great. Dance With Me is going to be our signature trainer move, which is going to restore 3 move bars and raise our critical rate. That's actually pretty nice. Soulful Dancer Shadow Ball is our standard sync move here. 250 base power, special attack, you know, no additional effect. That's okay. We do have 2 passives to work with here. Backfire 2, which is kind of interesting. It's going to sharply lower the attack and special attack of all opponents right before we faint. So imagine like Last Word, but for attack and special attack instead of like an explosion. Then we do have Bulk Buster 4, which will power up our moves depending on how much HP the target actually has. So that's actually quite interesting. Next, moving into damage output, we do actually have a pretty strong position here to be in when it comes to our damage. Not the highest really, but this should rival other ghost type sync pairs that we do have. Shadow Ball is going to be laying down some pretty good damage for us. But then we also have a way to get some bar back, which is nice, and it will kind of keep our damage rolling throughout the match. In terms of utility, pretty standard striker stuff here. As usual in solo, the main goal is to pretty much deal damage as a striker. Not only are we able to provide some good damage here, but we do provide a bit of utility with our bar regen and the fact that we have backfire as well. It just kind of provides a little bit more help towards the end of our run. Now in co-op, basically going to be similar to solo. We do basically just want to come in, throw down some serious damage, and then get some bar back for ourselves, keep the damage rolling, and then once we get knocked out, we can kind of throw out some debuffs for the opponents, which is helpful in the least. As far as future proofing goes, here's the thing. I honestly don't see a whole lot of uniqueness here. Now, there are some notable points, but nothing really jumps out as long-lasting relevance to me. It's nice that we do have a pretty high special attack, we have a pretty nice base power move, which all that means we get some decent damage, but that's kind of it. As a ghost type attacker, we'll do fine, but base form Gengar actually has more special attack than us though, plus it gets the ability to put enemies to sleep. I don't know. They would work really well in tandem, but you know, that's just me. As a striker, in terms of team ideas, this is pretty easy to place inside of a team. Something where special attack can really shine, considering that we do have a way to regenerate some bar. We don't really need to rely on such gimmicks as that, like with Delibird or even Superior, but something like Torchic and Gengar could be really cool. Retain the speed that we have with a way to boost and do some decent damage, especially as some serious ghost type strikers. Outside of that, you can really put Fantina anywhere you would typically put a special striker. She's not really going to complain, I promise. She's a fictional character. This, as a final verdict, it's kind of a pretty average sync pair for me. We've got some decent attacks, got some decent moves, got some decent bit of bar regeneration. Past that, we're pretty much a standard thing, which is fine. There's nothing really wrong with that. Do you really want to be throwing a whole bunch of gems at this though? Probably not, unless you just really love Fantina or you really love Mismagius, but that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think I missed something? Do you think I'm just completely wrong? I'd love to know down in those comments, but we are gonna go ahead and jump into a quick sync pair scout here. So we are gonna continue on this Steven banner. We're gonna do a regular sync pair scout. Can we get Steven? We desperately need Steven. Come on the count of 3, if you want to follow along, we're gonna go in 1, 2, 3. I am so sorry, this happens so often, but on the count of 3, here we go again. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Do we get a decent antenna? We do get a decent antenna. Okay, what about the doors? Do we get a decent door? Just 4-star doors, but that's okay. It is a will, which I am okay with. But that is actually going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. As always, remember that if you guys want to join the Discord, it is actually linked down in the description below. Also, down there are links to YouTube membership and Patreon if that's your thing. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and head out, but I will catch you in the next video.